Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Timmy Treacle, also known as Horror Fan for Life, and I'm continuing my top 10 list, starting with the year I was born, leading up to 2018's top 10 list. So let's kick this off. My top 10 movies from 1980. Excuse me. Coming in number 10 is Airplane. This is a parody of the airport movies in the 1970s. This is considered to be one of the best parodies of all time. So much quotable lines. Leslie Nielsen steals the movie, in my opinion, but it is a fun time, a great parody, and just filled with laughs. So definitely check it out. Number 9 is Urban Cowboy. This movie, John Travolta, Debra Winger, it's one of my all-time favorites. The soundtrack alone to this movie is badass. It was number one, I believe, for 8 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong, but it is a great soundtrack. It's about a cowboy who wants to make some money and then buy some land back home, and that's what it's about. He moves in with his Uncle Bob and gets a job where he's working. And from there, he meets Sissy. They fall in love. They get married. Then they have problems, and all this other stuff goes on. But it is a great, great movie. I call it a romantic dramedy. And it's a lot of fun, filled with great country music. And yeah, it's a great movie. Definitely check out Urban Cowboy. Number 8 is The Shining. Red rum, red rum. Stephen King delivers. Some people would probably think this would be higher on my list, but this is not my favorite Stephen King adaptation. It is a great movie. If I was doing a top 10 Stephen King movies, it'd definitely be higher on the list. But as for 1980, there are a lot more movies that I love more than The Shining. But The Shining is a great movie, which is why it's on this top 10 list. Number 7 is Seems Like Old Times. This is a fantastic movie. Chevy Chase, Goldie Hawn, and Charles Grodin. Chevy is a writer. He gets duped into holding up a bank, and now he's a wanted man who asks for help from his ex-wife, who is an attorney, and her husband is an attorney as well. And a lot of funny things happen during this movie. This is a dramedy, and it's a lot of fun. Chevy Chase is at his best in this movie, and it's just a lot of fun. Highly recommend you check out Seems Like Old Times. I don't really want to spoil on these movies, but yeah, it is a great movie, a lot of fun. Number 6 is a tie between My Bodyguard and Little Darlings. My Bodyguard stars Chris Makepeace and Adam Baldwin. It's about bullying, and Chris Makepeace is new to the Chicago school. It's a rough school. Matt Dillon is the bully, so Chris Makepeace hires Baldwin's character to be his bodyguard, and from there you get a great lesson of to stand up for yourself, and that's what I love about this movie. It's got a great message. It's got a great story. Joanne Cusack's in this movie as well. She's young. She's got her braces. I think she's cute. I'm just adorable. But it's a great movie with a great message. Definitely check it out. And Little Darlings is a coming-of-age movie. Again, you have Cynthia Nixon, who was in the show Sex and the City, the redhead. She's a little sweetheart in this movie. You have Christy McNichol. And again, you have Matt Dillon in this movie. 2 girls in this camp make a bet to see who can lose their virginity first. And that's what the movie is. It is full of laughs. It's got pretty much an all-female cast. There's a few uh, male characters in this movie, but for the most part, it's all young ladies. It's funny, and it's just a great movie to watch, which is why I had a hard time putting one of these as an honorable mention. So I cheated a little bit, and they both tied at number 6. So sue me. Number 5 is The Empire Strikes Back. The Empire Strikes Back is so dark. It is a great sequel to what was the original trilogy. Now we're getting ready to have 9 movies in the continuing story and 11 overall, and it's just great. It's a lot of fun, and yeah, I'm a Star Wars nerd. I can't help it. Number 4 is Friday the 13th. I love this movie. It still holds up today. This movie, again, was made on a budget of $500,000, and it made a lot of money at the box office. And to this day, it's considered to be one of the best in the franchise. My favorite, of course, you'll find out in the 1981 top 10 list. But yeah, Friday the 13th is a great movie. Definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. Number 3 is The Blues Brothers. The Blues Brothers. This is a classic movie directed by John Landis, starring Jim Belushi and Dan Aykroyd, who have a rhythm and blues group called the Blues Brothers, and it's based off their Saturday Night Live skit as well. This is a lot of fun. It's a great musical comedy movie with a great cast. Karen Allen, John Candy, Henry Gibson. The list just goes on and on. It's like I said, it's a lot of fun. And rest in peace, John Belushi. Really wish he stuck around. But nevertheless, The Blues Brothers will forever be one of my favorite movies of all time, and that's why it's in the top 3. Number 2 is Stir Crazy. Gene Wilder, Richard Pryor, one of their many collaborations in the 70s and 80s, and it's a great movie. These two are looking for a fresh start, so they hit the road and they take jobs at a bank where they are set up and are arrested and imprisoned for a crime they didn't commit. And for the entirety of the film, not only try to prove their innocence, but they do some bull riding too. And it's a lot of fun. Got a great cast. And those two working off each other is fantastic. I love it. And my number 1 favorite movie, or top movie of 1980, is Caddyshack. Caddyshack is considered to be one of the best sports movies of all time. It focuses on a group of adults at this country club called Bushwood, and you have Ted Knight, Bill Murray, Chevy Chase, and Rodney Dangerfield. Initially, this movie was supposed to focus on the caddies in this movie, but because of the star power and people reacting more to the adults in this movie, they flipped the script and focused more on those characters and made the caddies more of the side characters. But nonetheless, this is a great movie. It's full of laughs. Harold Ramis wrote and directed this as well. And this is a classic. It's quotable, and it's a lot of fun. So definitely check out Caddyshack if you haven't seen it. Got a great soundtrack as well. Other than that, that is my top 10 movies of 1980. And of course, in the comment section below, give me your top movies of 1980. If you don't have a top 10 list, then just name a few from 1980. That is fine. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you for supporting my channel. And don't forget to like and subscribe, as always. Other than that, I thank you guys for watching, and check you later.